let's start with this one. First of all, my friend was the only girl at the hackathon and someone gave her this note. Hey, I think you're really cute and I love those 2 braids in the back of your hair. Let me take you out sometime. I'd love a lesson from you on how to hack, lol. Text me. Okay, can I just say something here? I think this is perfectly fine. It's perfect. Like, what are you supposed to do? What's the expectation? Like, I don't know if Zoomers' brains have rotted. You're a dude. Yeah, I am a dude. And guess what, dude? I think this is a totally normal thing to do. It's a little, is it a little cringe? Maybe, but it's a perfectly valid, perfectly normal thing to do. The person that wrote this note didn't actually write a note that was like in any way, shape, or form creepy. He literally established that she is a better hacker than he is. Like, he's glazing her. He you know, said some like seemingly identifiable trait of hers from afar was like, looks cute and nice. Like, this is the method. This is what you're supposed to do. Now, I don't know if this is because like Zoomers are so used to just doing TikTok Sigma Riz and skibbity toilet memes or whatever, and they're just like genuinely terrified of the prospect of being around other human beings and, God forbid, interacting with them, especially in a social setting. But this is kind of like the FaZe Kason thing that everyone was like clowning on Kason for, just like shooting a shot at Pokimane, right? But he did it in a normal way. He did it in a polite way. He did it in a gentlemanly way. And this is precisely the same thing. And I think that regardless of my dude status, this is precisely what I tell dudes in my community to do. If you consider this to be creepy, then you consider all interactions in the wild to be creepy. That's it. If interactions such as this one is considered bad and wrong, or dare I say even immoral, if you want to take it to that degree, then you just don't want any interactions whatsoever in the outside world. I have no notes even. I have no notes on this. He just like, he wrote a little note instead of like directly asking her in person, which I guess like that's the only difference there, is that he was probably a little shy to write it on a note rather than directly ask her, right? But having said that, what is the expectation here? But also on the other hand, I don't even think like people are clowning on this person that much. And what I have seen is like other accounts maybe clowning on this person a lot more for even posting this and blasting it. If you try to politely flirt in America, they publicly shame you in front of millions of people. I mean, this is funny, but it's also kind of true. It's like what is happening? If I was being super critical, I'd say, let me take you out sometimes a bit forward. You can have better framing. That's crazy. No, that's perfectly fine and perfectly permissible in terms of being forward. What? You don't have to dance around the issue at all. Kind of related TikTok about you.
Okay, Divas, can we talk about...
Whoa, what is this? Why am I seeing TikTok decided to change its desktop notification system right before it gets banned? That's crazy. Why is it shameful to have ask someone out? It's not. When everyone is chronically online, anything IRL seems outlandish. Yeah, it's dangerous for future prospects. If we consider any matter of if we consider all social interaction in IRL settings to be cringe, scary, immoral, messed up, grooming, whatever you want to call it, okay? Inappropriate age gap relationships or whatever people are suspecting from the outside looking in, then holy moly, that's terrifying. And maybe it's a I'm really old type situation, you know what I mean? I might be getting old. I might be getting up there, but like maybe there is a little bit of wisdom there in my age. By the way, you're officially big bro and not unk status. No, I know. The new guidelines are official, chat. Technically, just so you understand, I am not unk. Please stop calling me unk. I am still, and for the next couple of years, still big bro status. 1324 is young. Okay, I'm not gonna say the rest of it. 25 to 35 is big bro, which is, you know, where I am still. Unk is 36 to 48. Okay, unk is a vibe, not age. I agree, but all I'm saying is you have to abide by these abide by these well-defined guidelines. Okay, you have to abide by them, and that means I am not unk. I'm big bro still. I love that at plus 49 your old head pops. old school. Bonus points for proper spelling and grammar. Also, that notes handwriting is 100% feminine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The other thing that was kind of sus is just like how good their handwriting was, I guess. A hackathon isn't a professional event where anyone could be, it could be weird to ask someone out. A hackathon is a social event. No, that literally is the point. That's the other thing I was gonna mention. Like, it's interesting because this is what I tell chatters. One of the most common things chatters ask me is like, how do I make friends in the real world? How do I meet girls, or how do I meet guys in the real world? A hackathon is unironically one of those, like it's the type of thing that I explain to people is like common interest. A social event revolving around a common shared interest is what you're supposed to do. And this is it. That's what this is. The irony there is that this is the method. This is the method being applied in the real world, right? It's the method being applied in the real world. And yet, you know, maybe some people still think it's like lame. Gen Z is used to using therapy speak to avoid challenging social situation. Asking them to leave their comfort zone is emotional terrorism to some. No, I don't think it's like that. I think it's not like that. I'm on your side, but one thing I will point out is, doesn't this not imply they haven't interacted at all and already being asked out? Yes. Yeah. That's I don't know how to begin to explain this to you, but that's very normal. That's like the most norm. That's incredible. That is the norm. That used to be, oh my God, that used to be the norm. Oh my God, is that not the norm anymore? Like, how do people date nowadays? Like, what? I'm getting old. I don't know. I'm getting too old, man. I'm getting old. I genuinely don't what? Gen Z loves talking for 5 months as a talking stage without dates before going out. Okay, you guys are lying to me. Dude, it's weird. I'm 25 and I'm like one of the only people I know who doesn't date using apps. I mean, dating apps is fine. Like, it's not the best, but it's one method that people use, and I have used it, you know, quite extensively. Having said that, however, there are, and this might come as a surprise to many, there are other methods out there, which is, you know, going out in the real world and seeing someone in the physical space and going, hey, this person seems cute and cool and I would like to get to know them better. And you go on a date and maybe it doesn't work out. It's fine. You know, you go outside in the real world and you interact with human beings, and you might even take sometimes a shot in the dark and go, hey, I know you haven't seen my resume online of my sexiest, coolest moments where you can just like quickly swipe on and off, but like, would you like to take a crack at this, you know, dating thing? We could just go on one date, see what it's about. Maybe we like each other, maybe we don't. It's not the end of the world, you know? No wonder the single rate is at an all-time high. Singledom has peaked. Number of unpartnered adults in America declines for the first time in 2 decades, survey says. American adults are looking for love, or many are reporting they found someone. For the first time in almost 2 decades, the share of unpartnered adults who are neither married nor living with an unmarried partner in the United States has declined. This decline coincided with a slight rise in couples who reported being married from 50 to 51%. You found signaling possible change in America's relationships. Singledom has peaked. Dr. Richard Fry, a labor economist who conducted the survey and has worked as a research analyst for Pew for 23 years, told CBS News, you know why people are being forced into coupledom? It's because of the labor market. Like, the labor market is forcing people to be isolated, but it's also simultaneously purchasing power and lack thereof that forces people to have to couple up, like, so that you double up on your purchasing power. Otherwise, you're just so unimaginably cooked. So it is officially looped back around. Like, it initially was making it impossible to find a partner because you're constantly working and everyone is constantly working. But now you're getting back into a situation where you're like, I can't pay rent. Like, I'm working all the time and I can't pay rent. I need someone to pay rent with me. Polycules are the future of the economy. Oh God, I hope not.